Brazil is on the brink of an unprecedented economic transformation, all thanks to its burgeoning partnership with China. The compelling reasons behind Brazil's potential windfall and how China's influence could pave the way for unprecedented prosperity in this dynamic South American nation. China is dependent on Brazil's commodities, while Brazil is dependent on China's business. The relationship between the two countries is mutually beneficial. More than a quarter of Brazil's exports, totaling more than $90 billion in 2022, are destined for China. The majority of Brazil's exports in 2022 consisted of soybeans, with China taking up approximately 70% of those shipments. The second most valuable export item was petroleum, with 40% going to China. The third most important commodity was iron ore, with China taking 63% of the supply. Brazil's exports of soybeans to China have tripled over the past decade, while the country's shipments of petroleum and iron ore have seen increases of 200% and 40% respectively. The export of beef is projected to reach 1.2 million tons in 2022, an over 7,140% increase from the 17,000 tons shipped in 2002. 7 of the 10 products that are exported to China at the highest rates will be soybeans, beef, cellulose, sugar, chicken, and cotton in 2022, bringing in a total of $48 billion. In the year 2022, the sale of petroleum and iron ore to China brought in a total revenue of $35 billion. Corn was not one of the agricultural commodities that Brazil sent to China in considerable quantities in 2022, but that will change in 2023. In 2023, corn will be one of the agricultural commodities that Brazil will export to China. In the middle of 2022, Brazil and China came to an agreement on the phytosanitary requirements that would apply to corn exported from Brazil to China. In November of this past year, China issued the go-ahead for corn imports from Brazil. It is unknown how much grain China will import from Brazil each year, but some estimates place the figure between 10 and 15 million tons. Over the past decade, the trade relationship between these two nations has grown exponentially, driven by a complementary mix of commodities and manufactured goods. Brazil has become a major supplier of essential raw materials to China, primarily soybeans and iron ore. These commodities serve as the lifeblood of China's rapidly expanding industrial sector and provide essential resources for its domestic consumption and export-oriented industries. In return, China has emerged as a vital source of high-value manufactured goods for Brazil, catering to the South American nation's growing consumer demand and industrial needs. This mutually beneficial trade partnership has not only bolstered economic ties, but has also fostered a diplomatic and political relationship of increasing significance. This deepening trade interdependence has had profound implications for both countries and the global economy. It has helped Brazil weather economic challenges, diversify its export markets, and provide a steady stream of revenue. For China, it has ensured a stable supply of crucial resources for its booming economy. As this trade relationship continues to evolve, it underscores the ever-growing importance of the China-Brazil partnership in shaping the global economic landscape and highlights the interconnectivity of nations in today's highly integrated world. Lula's visit to China in 2023 yielded a substantial number of bilateral agreements that significantly bolstered the strategic partnership between the two nations. These agreements spanned a wide spectrum of areas, ranging from agribusiness to climate change and technological innovation. Such a multifaceted collaboration underscores the depth and breadth of the Brazil-China relationship. One particularly notable outcome of this visit was the real yuan currency swap deal, a pivotal development in the economic ties between the two countries. This arrangement holds the potential to reduce Brazil's reliance on the US dollar, marking a strategic shift in its currency reserves and trade transactions. By allowing direct trade between the Brazilian real and the Chinese yuan, This currency swap deal not only streamlines and lowers the cost of bilateral trade, but also signifies a growing confidence in the yuan as a global reserve currency. Reducing dependence on the U.S. dollar is a significant geopolitical move that aligns with Brazil's pursuit of strategic autonomy and diversification. It also reflects a broader global trend of countries seeking alternatives to the dollar-dominated financial system. While this shift doesn't necessarily mean severing ties with the United States, it does represent a step towards a more balanced and diversified economic portfolio for Brazil. Overall, Lula's visit to China not only strengthened their economic and diplomatic ties, but also highlighted Brazil's intent to adapt to the evolving global financial landscape, potentially reducing its traditional reliance on the U.S. dollar in favor of a more diversified and robust financial strategy. Recent agreements that Brazil and China have signed together signal a significant step forward in their attempts to develop economic cooperation and bilateral relations between the two countries. These agreements cover a diverse range of domains, underlining Brazil's unequivocal intention to strengthen its already substantial commercial connections with China, one of the most powerful economies in the world. These agreements place a significant emphasis on innovative agribusiness, which is reflective of Brazil's significance in the agricultural sector on a global scale. This relationship might result in higher agricultural productivity and initiatives to share agricultural technologies, which would be beneficial to both countries as they work to secure their food supply chains. In addition to being an essential industry, these agreements encompass the manufacturing sector. The industrial sector in Brazil stands to gain from Chinese investments and expertise, which has the potential to increase Brazil's production capacities and its level of competition. In the realm of the digital economy, Brazil is in a position to capitalize on China's superior technological capabilities, which will in turn stimulate innovation and digital transformation. This collaboration may result in the creation of innovative technology and solutions that are of use to both countries. The dedication to sustainable development is highlighted by cooperation in the green energy sector. The huge natural resources of Brazil, coupled with the know-how China possesses in the field of renewable energy, have the potential to hasten the shift away from polluting energy sources and toward those that are better for the environment, thereby enhancing energy security. These accords represent Brazil's strategic shift toward China as a major partner in a variety of industries, highlighting the potential for both countries to expand economically and enjoy greater wealth. Both countries are working to strengthen their economic links, which positions them to make important contributions to global trade and innovation, while simultaneously addressing pressing concerns such as maintaining environmental sustainability and ensuring enough food supplies. And that's all for today's video. Subscribe if you would like to watch more.